Doing welcome sports fan. How you guys doing? I am in a not Travis Sprague like thing. I'm rocking the Kansas City Royals. Rocking the winner hitter. But
It is kind of Travis.
it is. I'm gonna do this, buddy. I don't like. I wish that they had just like one button a little lower because like I don't like that. I get because there's the Royals thing. Safety pin it. So right before we got live, or dog, we were just talking about. So funny enough, diagnoses. So funny enough, you're gonna love this. My mother gave me my test that diagnosed me with ADHD, dyslexia, an auditory processing problem, and gave my IQ. It was like all four of them in one test. I didn't do it the second time around. I'm actually so it's so funny. I my IQ is pretty good. All the other tests were like idiot. But the IQ
Go, dude.
smart moron is the way to go. And I was and I used Grok and I was like, so how much does your IQ change over time? If you got this IQ test when you were like 14 and you're now 33, how how much dumber are you? And funny enough, it was like more likely than not, your IQ actually went up because of all the life experiences and everything that you had. So it made me feel pretty good. And then I was like, well, I also do some other things and did some other things, and I've hit my head a few times. So I it kind of evened itself out, and I'm right where I started. Is what my guess. If I'm a betting man.
Very same lines, Travis. I think I don't believe that because the IQ. eh, My understanding was always that it's like your ability to pick up on new things, right? Well, I mean, it's part of it.
Into four parts. And I know this because I just looked it all up. I can actually go grab my sheet. I can go look up the sheet. So I'm gonna get this wrong, but essentially the four parts are your ability to retain and recite information,
Okay.
right? Your ability to pick up on social cues,
Can I guess one of them
and
also?
yeah, hit me.
Um, One of the things I think I remember is called active memory. And it's your
Yep.
ability to pull up more than one thing that relates to something you're trying to figure out. So it's basically like how many lines of thought or how many things can you pull from at the same time to figure something out.
It's it's then, as you just described, it's your ability to essentially manipulate and obtain information from something that you've been given, right? And then it's your auditory ability to intake information.
A mathematic component and a verbal component because those things aren't shared with your brains.
Memory. They can't really test long-term memory, but like it's your short-term memory, it's your ability to manipulate that short-term memory, it's your ability to then take information that you've been given and then recite that information, that the ability to take in information and then manipulate that information, the way your ability to take in something and then give your own, for lack of a better term, diagnoses to the information that you're given, right? And so like those are all of the kind of components, and then they're all put together to give you your of what you are. And like the breakdown of the scores, but like you could be really shitty in one, really high in another, and then like really shitty in the other three and still be like relatively high on the scale.
By having a couple outliers high, right?
One thing that you're like insanely good at, it will keep your score just as if like there's something that you're really shitty at, it'll keep your score really low, right? Because it's essentially divided. It's two scores. It's those scores multiplied by 0.25 added together equals 100.
Able to take away at this point from yourself? I mean, obviously explained, like, I probably reiterated to you, like, hey man, this is just like the hand you were dealt. So like, this is
Is Granted, I haven't seen these scores in 20 plus years, right? Or in like 20 years. So I think that a lot of it showed me, wow, look at where I've progressed, right? Like I know that that sounds weird, but like I th- some of the things that I was marked as good at, I was like, wow, I'm really surprised that that's something that I have as a skill that I didn't really hold on to that information, right? And then there were things that were our weaknesses that I recognize as weaknesses, but I'm like, wow, I've worked and gotten better at those weaknesses. And some of them are inherent, and it's hard to get over inherent weaknesses. But like, there are certain things that you can try to work on and get coping skills. And it hate to do this, but like one of it really proved to me like my parents were right. Like the decisions that my parents made for me, some of them I still don't agree with. Some of them, I'm on the fence with. But there are some decisions that my parents made in my education and raising me that I'm looking at based off that information. I'm like, oh well, like that makes all the sense in the world. And and I think that like when as you and I aren't, we're not parents, right? But it's very hard to be sympathetic of a situation of having to make a decision like that because we don't really know what that is. But you can empathize with it. And I think that it made me a lot more um I can't really put the right word on it, but like accepting of those decisions because the information that they had been given, they had to make a decision off of that information. And obviously hindsight's 2020, but based off of that information, they probably made the right decisions of all the options that they had in front of them.
world, and then you just kind of like let go of like the expectations of childhood or the expectations that your parents had to be a certain way or anything like that.
To something that we're not, which is parents. But like I remember talking to my best friend who lives up in Jackson, and him and his wife had a kid not that long ago. And when I went and visited them, I asked them this very poignant question, which was, "What's something about being a parent you don't realize until you're a parent?" And whether that be like, oh, I was so prepared for this, but like that was not even a thing you needed to be anything, right? Yeah. And my friend's wife's answer was just so in a left field, but so something that we could never understand, which is you don't understand the love and the affection and the feeling you have for that child. You can think about it, but you never understand it until that child comes into the universe. And, my best friend piggybacked off of it, and he was essentially just like, you physically can't describe it to someone that's never gone through it because there's nothing else in the world that compares. And like going backwards, which is that then you then have to make decisions, and you make those decisions based off of the love that you have, why you love that person, and like those decisions are those decisions. And I think that seeing that 20 years later kind of like put a lot of that into perspective.
It sounds like you got to kind of share it with your parents while you went back through it again.
I think a lot of it, my parents and I have had some difficult now that we're turning this into a therapy session. But you, I know
No, genuinely.
conversations that my parents do. Sometimes they watch this. Who knows if they will? But like, you know, I think we've had a lot of those conversations, and they've reached the end of those conversations, right? Like, there's no point in bringing them back up. Um, there's nothing else to solve. Like, the solutions have been come long ago, and the acceptance has come long ago of what has happened. So to bring it back up is somewhat a moot point, not to bring up a cliche, but I I am grateful of the information regardless of that. But let's talk about sports.
Travis, who you got in front of us today? What are these cards?
I am unfortunately, people, I am repeating for several of these podcasts, but it's for good reason. It's because I'm traveling and I don't bring a lot of stuff, and a lot of the stuff that I'm bringing, I'm selling, and I'm not pushing shit here, so I'm not doing that. So all the stuff that I have is inherently from my collection. So we are re-highlighting Mr. Satchel Paige here. So we have Satchel's 1953 tops card right here on my right, your left. In the middle, we have a 1971 induction. All of the inductees from that were there in 1971 are signed on this, and that was the year Satchel Paige was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we got Mister Satchel is right there. Ernie Banks is on there, and I think that Bob Gibson's on there. There are a couple other guys on there. I think I know Bob Gibson wouldn't have been on it because he wouldn't have been inducted yet. But there are a lot of good guys. On my left, your right is Satchel Paige. I think this is Leaf. Correct me if I'm wrong. Legends jersey patch from Satchel himself. So this is an of 100 card that I picked up in Cooperstown. Cooperstown? Wait, Cooperstown? I guess so. Before we do that, hold on. We have some things to talk about, by the way. Yes.
Baseball Hall of Fame balloting, elections, featured new committee on the Negro Leagues that met in February and selected Satchel Paige, who spent most of his career in the Negro League baseball before joining the Cleveland Indians in 48. Okay, but we wanted to get to players who were
Like I see Casey Stengel is right there. Uh, I have the where is it? I have the LOA, the letter of authenticity that has all of the autographs on this. I know that Ernie Banks is here somewhere. I know Ernie Banks is here somewhere.
126 inductees. Okay, so that's just a lot of people. Is that possible? Is that possible? I don't necessarily under new inductees. 8 new inductees.
So read me through the 8 inductees already.
6, 7. Man, this is tough. I can't, I don't just have a list. I think this is the list. No, it doesn't have our guy on it.
Color is right there. Keep doing this. I'm gonna do keep talking, Ordog, because
Satchel Paige, Dave Bancroft, Jake Beckley, Chick Hafey, Harry Hooper, Joe Kelly, the original Joe Kelly, Rube Marquard, and George Weiss.
actual book. This is my book of all my LOAs. So I flipped right to Jackie Robinson. So let's go. Where's Satch? Here we go. Oh, it got all crumpled. Okay, so this is 1971 Hall of Fame induction attendees. It was signed in 1971. Uh, it's got all the little things, certificate of authenticity. So here we go. These are the names, and I'm not gonna guess. I know their names, but I'm just gonna read the way that it's said. So it's S. Page, L. Grove, R. Ruffing, J. Medwick, Z. Wheat, E. Combs, E. Banks, S. Rice, F. Fisher, C. Stangle, H. Haffey or C. Haffey, P. Trainer, H. Hooper, J. Cronin, and R. Marquand. And that is the list of Hall of Famers. So everyone that I just named is a baseball Hall of Famer, and they are all on that ball.
Here's the weird thing. So I think because of how some players end up on the ballot multiple times, the way that it lists the 1971 class is strange because it shows the players that were eventually elected.
It's they showed the 2025 class, and beyond just CC and everybody, they had the players that will be in it in the future. I see what you're saying.
Early Win, Ralph Kiner, Gil Hodges, Ennis Slaughter, Johnny Mize, Pee Wee Reese, etc.
I have a poignant question for you. I know what we're opening first, right?
I have a. All right, we could do that. I've got one of those also. Or is that a series two or is that series one?
You gonna share with the people what happened earlier this week?
A little bit of a I did a good thing for myself, so I rewarded myself with a hanger. I don't know if you guys do this, but like reward myself with something that costs less than $8. So I went to the Target after my dentist appointment and I grabbed a hanger and I got home. I didn't just rip it in the parking lot like an actual shop.
I really thought you would have. I would have been super stoked
No,
to,
I
to
got
get.
home and I ate my Bojangles. Not a sponsor. And then I pulled some sweet cards, man. And one of them was like a summertime Shohei Otani, and one of them was a Luis Angel Acuna rookie card that just happens to be a signature. Boop, 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 ba-doo, doo, doo, doo. There it is. Can you see it or not? You can probably see it.
So I have seen it. But Ordog, I guess the better question for the people is it numbered? It is not numbered. But I
I don't think so. Nope. Just a great Met and an on card signature rookie.
sure rookie. I Ordog called me multiple times, and oh, there it is. Um when he pulled this. And it's only really good or bad news when Ordog calls you mm, three. Anybody calls you three times.
But the
So
first, I think it
I
was that your phone was on Do Not Disturb. So I was like, I know I can get past that with a second phone call. He's not.
say that because you get sent straight through, my friend. You are accepted. Yeah, if you didn't know this, I know that this is also a technology podcast.
I tried.
Um,
I know you did
but
that for
like
me.
you can get if you have someone in your favorites and you are in do not disturb, you can be sent straight through. And when you've got a buddy, a real good buddy, Sometimes you add that buddy onto that do not disturb area. Oh, Louis Acuna Jr. as we got right there. It's not an auto. He is our angel. And so you get sent straight through there, big dog. You know, I hope you. I don't get sent straight through on Ordogs because I've had to call him twice. But we're not. This isn't what this podcast.
Gets through.
This isn't what this podcast is about. So I think we need to tell the people a little something, something. Um, so we as a podcast may be taking it on the road.
For a little rendezvous.
As they say, and we not to we got our first little we got a little patch. Kevin Alcantara, Chicago Cubs. Yeah, Alcantara.
Hits, bro. That's our guy, right? That's Linker.
Get in here.
He said, "What's
Well,
up, gents?"
that is the and then we got a 49 of 150. Alec March from the Kansas City Royals. What up, Linker? I I'm glad he's here. You know, I like having a good audience. So, Ryan, if you want to partake, we're going to Cooperstown. Uh we're going to Cooperstown. We're figuring out the date. It's gonna be
But here, you know what? I'll show you what I'm seeing, and we'll see what it turns out to be. Damn it! Hey, can you see me, Ryan? Tell me if you can see this, and see if you can see that little like purple fade. It's like a purple checker border. Purple checker border seems fun.
so I actually, when you say that, I have when we're done ripping through all these cards, I'm trying to go quick because we got some other stuff. But
Ollie, there he is. All right, infield hits says he sees it. Oh, it is the big dumper. It's Royce Lewis, the Twins, the 35 anniversary. It looks thick, dude. You can't see it.
see it. Oh, I can see it. Oh, it does look good. Yeah, I saw. It's slow, but I can see it. Oh, we got our auto. Dude, I'm really bringing in. I should have worn a different jersey. We got Tyler Tyler Gentry of the Kansas City Royals auto right there. The wrong Royal is this numbered? No, but I like this.
Lewis hit a bomb against the this weekend. I love that.
Wait, what's this? At Linker, what's the score of the Rocks game right now? The Rockies are going for a sweep. No big deal. Um, no big deal. The Rockies are going for a sweep tonight.
Base set card could just look sick. Michael Harris the second, bro. This card is crazy. It looks, yeah, but I think
An image variation. I see it. That might be an image bear. Correct. The linker would know. The linker would know. Infield hits would know. I think that is an image variation. Because that is a dope. I like. Oh fuck. Who is it? Someone's card is them blowing a bubble, and I think it's the greatest card that the world has ever. I'll find it. It'll be in this. It'll be in this set, and I'll bring it out.
Just
Sound. He's gonna come up. We're gonna have a grand old time. Oh, what the
friend. What happened, Trav?
base? I'm pulling you to the side regardless of Clark Schmidt was flipped around, and that never happens. Um,
The one that always gets me that I've heard about is the cardstock variation, where they print like the laminate on the side. Excuse me, they print the laminate on the side that like the stats are supposed to be, rather than on the photo. So it just feels a little different.
um, but so Dog's gonna come to Cooperstown. I'm gonna show him around. Oh, I found the card. Of course, I found the card immediately. Victor Robles. He's blowing a bubble while he's hitting, and it's fucking amazing. Um, so
Hey,
little show. So we're gonna go to Cooperstown, and I'm gonna show Ordog all around. We're gonna do all the Ordog if we can. I'd like to stay an extra day because if you're gonna be there, I'd love to do 2 days, and um, here's what we do. We'd go to a bat factory. Um, we'd
flip stock is so frustrating. I've pulled two of them in my day. Very difficult to know what they are, and they aren't marked any differently. That's crazy. Sorry, Trav.
Yeah, that was Mickey. Oh, shout out to Infield Hits who got Mickey Moniak, who doesn't sign many cards, to sign a card the other day. I'm super jealous of that. So we'd do that. We'd go to a bat factory. We'd go hit some baseballs at the only wooden batting cage in the country, where I broke a bat, or dog, and I it's upstairs.
Brent
Uh,
Rooker.
it's upstairs, and you can get it. You can get it stamped with "I broke a bat in Cooperstown," which is kind of sick. Um, so we'd do that. We'd obviously go to the Hall of Fame. I'd show you all the stuff in the Hall of Fame. And that's the reason why we need an extra day. Because if I'm showing someone around the Hall of Fame for the first time, we need. Oh, what is this?
Travis, what'd you pull?
Oh, okay. Um, it's it's not numbered, but it is a refractor. So they've been doing leader cards. They've been doing, if you're the home run leader, the OPS leader, et cetera, et cetera. And so Gunnar Henderson, OPS leader number 11, but it's refractored.
Yeah,
It's refractored, which is kind of sick.
kind of
Um,
pretty.
So we'd obviously go to the Hall of Fame, and that would be, that we could spend several hours there. We'd have to do the whole, street, right? We'd have to do the whole street, and I take you to all the shops and the whole kit and caboodle. Uh, we then have to go to Omegang Brewery, and we'd have to check out Omegang Brewery. There are a couple nice hikes that I think that you may like that we can do. Um, so it would be a couple days. It would be a couple days worth of stuff. Lord Dog, I think you're right. I just got the Michael Harris the second too, and he's just sliding.
He just looks great, bro. He's just a beautiful man. Hey, how about these two beautiful men? We got Mookie Betts embracing Freddie Freeman.
Um, so I think we'd have a good time. I'd have to figure out our housing, which Fortunately, it would be on Sprague Sports because of the podcast that we'd be doing and the content and the hot content.
Uh,
Carlos Correa. Oh, love that infield hits is on right now. I'll even put this aside. Kyle Tucker, the gold border, and if you didn't know, infield hits collects these gold border ones. So I'm gonna set that aside for the linker. Um, but yeah, Ordog. So I think we'd have a good ass time, man.
quite a long time on Friday. Shocked me. Ran with my Sharpie and made everyone happy.
You know what's funny? Not to rant about this, but he actually, when he does signs, he signs for a lot. Like he obviously is not a great signer, as we all know, but when he does sign, every time I've seen him come, he signs for like everybody, which
Maybe that's why he has such a hard time bringing himself to do it. Is because he feels obligated to just keep going until his wrist falls off.
sucks. So like, break your wrist, buddy. Um,
Coolies, but not a patch. Just like the patch, it makes it look like a patch, but it just
so
doesn't that look like a patch. These before,
hold it up long enough, and I can tell.
but they look like there's a patch in the
Oh
middle.
yeah. Okay, yeah. It's just a dual. It's a dual guy. Um, so we got our, as we say, patch. We got our last hit. John Kenzie Noel, uh, rookie card patch right there, not numbered. So none of the hits were super high, but you know what? I'm not gonna hate it. I did. We got another George Brett, Bobby Witt hit. Um, little Dooley there. Um, what was I gonna say? There was something I was gonna say. No, I can't remember. Um, no, I can't remember what I was gonna say. That's okay. Life goes on.
I actually, you know what's funny, man? I can't think of a time I've ever pulled an Andy Rodriguez card. Not that it's like, it's just weird, you know? How would I have never pulled one? That's
Are players that I sit there and I notice more, like obviously George Kirby, who I pulled not too long ago, but like I don't pull many of them, and so I'm pretty noticeable when I do. Um,
number two, Shohei Otani 1.03 sick. 1.03 sick. And Luis Angel Acuna, bro. I've got the stars of the MLB, Luis Angel. I've got the base set, Luis Angel, and I have his on card. Look at that, bro.
Hard auto. Um,
Look at him. First three, he's the leadoff crew right there.
Come on.
Only doesn't hit cleanup, and we'll see what we is in a minute here.
Tax to come up. But Ordog, I guess that's we're gonna have to go over this, which is what do you want me to open next? Because are we gonna save the super fun for when we're in Cooperstown together, or are we going to um get something fun in Cooperstown to open together? I think is the right way to say it.
And so let's open some cool shit, man. Adley Rutschman stars the MLB. Adley Rutschman looks more and more like me every day when I had long hair. maybe more like my brother, but very Rutschman. No, Rutschman could be an Ordog, dude. He looks like us. He's one of us, bro.
Did he get accepted?
No, 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 not like that. I think he's just my dad's Hungarian, bro. I think he's Hungarian. You you know what you were saying.
I think I don't know what I think I now know what you were implying, which is two completely different things.
Uh, no, I think he's Hungarian. I don't know. We'll find out.
He's Hungarian. Um, okay, we got our two ones of these left, and then Ordog. I'm gonna let you pick the last one, and two of them are time consuming, and one of them is not. Let's just put it that way. Um, all right, we're ooh, that's a good one. All right, that was nothing exciting. Let's get through more things that will maybe be exciting, hopefully be exciting. Teddy ball game. Um, Randy Johnson, Acuna Jr., Nick York. Okay. Um,
Unless I'm out of my mind. Infield hits. How would I know, bro? How would I know? All right, I'm gonna set it to the side. We'll see if he responds. All right, Travis, go ahead, brother.
we have to open right now as our secondary pack. Our Heritage High number, which is where we pulled the Paul Skeens auto last time we opened this. Um, we have Topps Series 2 Hobby Box Fanatics Fest edition. Um, and then we have we have a Topps Inception. We have a little Topps Inception guy. Uh, I mean, we can. Oh, Linker just drop some heat.
One of the card stock parallels. Okay, this is my final parallel. Looks like is the Jerkson Profar with this the real sparkly.
Because you want to do Inception? Okay. So, oh, Ordog. You ask, and you shall receive, my friend. So, yeah, and well, I asked three, and you said yes to one. So, you know, so what I figured we'd do with the extra time, because the Inception will take all of 5 seconds. This is why I always come prepared. Um, is I talk about a couple things that I think the linker. Ooh, did he answer your question?
A5, but might be it. So that's not it's not mine for sure.
I do is I talk about, a couple of the things that I'm trying to do for the rest of the season and how I have really approached what I've done this season in terms of not just getting autographs at Rockies games, but what I try to do inherently recently. Ooh, Linker said, actually, no. Oh no, I lost him. He's gone. He's gone. He's gonna cut out any second now, I can tell, and I'm gonna have to revite Ordog back in. I'm gonna give it 5, 4, 3, 2. one war dog. No, and now see now it's awkward because Ordog can read what's being said because he's much closer to to his phone, and I'm further away. And now that I don't have someone in my ear, it sounds a little weird. All right, what did he say? I can't even read it. I think I'm back. Ha. Communication is our. See, I knew it. Ordog's gone. All right, let's see if I can add Ordog. Let's see if I can redo this and add Ordog back in. Maybe I don't know if there's a way. I'm gonna remove the guest, and then I'm gonna add the guest, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, I added Ordog back in, and now that I'm close, oh, I can. There it is. Let's see, did that work? No, wait. Add, add. We're back.
All right. Here's the whole thing, Ryan. I wasn't trying to get the opinion on the card I was showing you. I was trying to get an understanding of how to identify the weird card stock variation. The one that has like the one that's really hard to find out. Not the one I was holding up. Because he was saying, I think he was saying this is sand glitter, right? That's
Yeah,
what he's
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
But
No,
I wasn't
no.
asking if this.
I think
I don't
so.
care about
Here's the thing. I think that there are
bad
so
timing.
SSPs and SPs don't always have a clear indicator unless you know, right? So if you know what the base card looks like and you get an image variation, I don't know if you'd know other than if you knew, right? There are SSPs and gold mirror variations where if you flip the back of the card, back of the card is gold, right? So you'd from the front of the card, other than you see how tops is in chrome, or silver. What do you say?
Can only compare by holding two side by side, no indicator or code. Crazy. Okay. Basically what you're saying, Travis. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you, man.
Variations, and those gold mirror variations, everything that's silver is gold. So like tops that's normally, as I just showed, in silver, it's in gold. And then the back of the card, like it doesn't have all the normal stats, and this is in gold. So like you could easily just be flipping through the card and not know that you hit a gold variation. The linker said something else.
Hey, get 'em.
Um, I'm going to talk about a couple of the things that I'm going to be looking to get signed and how I've been handling it. So I got another card in my search for the sapphire rainbow of Jeff Criswell, and so I got his of 20. So I have his one of one. I have his of five. I need his of 10, his of 15, and then I think that's it. So I think I need two more, and then I will have completed his rainbow, and then I'm going to hopefully get all those rainbows signed. But one of the things that I really enjoy doing as a collector, and this is again very specific to me, and not everybody does this, but I really like getting used balls signed. And game used balls from the specific player that I want them signed from. So, as I think you're aware, I got Ryan Ritter's first major league RBI, and I got that ball, and I got that ball signed by Ryan Ritter, right? So I have sitting right here, Brenton Doyle hit a homer to center field against the Kansas City Royals, and I got that home run, and then I got Brenton to sign that home run. So I actually have two of Brenton's home run balls that I've signed, and I just like really like doing that, right? Like I have here's another one, a little different, but Jackson Churio, a little double with two RBIs, and I got our boy. No, 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 just a double with two RBIs, and I ended up getting that signed by Jackson. And I just really like having, as the spring sports motto is, which is bring history home. I like having super unique things and having home run balls, having RBI balls, having first RBI balls, having all this is something that I really, really enjoy. And I'm coming back to Colorado for the Pittsburgh series, and I've done the math, and it doesn't seem like Skeens is going to pitch, unfortunately. But if he does, oh boy, let me tell you, I'm buying, his some of his strikeout balls. I'm doing a couple things to get from him because I just like having super super unique things. And with that in mind, like this is looking at this right here, right? This is all stuff that I got on my trip back here. And when I go back to Denver, I'm gonna get a stack bigger than this of different cards and stuff that I like. Because there are things that you find in these places that you're not gonna find unless you look for him, right? Like Aaron Shunk of 76 USA rookie card, right? Like crazy card. You're not going to find that. It's very hard to find that unless you're kind of looking for it. And I just love going to these places and finding this stuff, dude. Oh, tell me I lost him again. I lost him again. Why is this connection so bad? Yeah, he's gone. All right. Well, I'm gonna get these two cards because as much as I love you guys, I'm not gonna show you how much I paid for them. Um, I'm gonna get these two cards ready to show Ordog, and then I think he'll add himself back in because he's a very capable human being. Do I have any more than I need to? I don't care. All right, let me take Dimitar Berbatov. Yeah, Dimitar Berbatov. Sorry, yeah, you guys don't know who Berbatov is, but I do. Let's see. I gotta unadd Ordog and then re-add her. Travis just told you it. Oh, let's go. Um, so people who don't know this, as I'm adding Ordog back in. Uh, Infield Hits and I are going to be doing a collab draft, and I'm not going to ruin anything to it. Ordog added himself back in. Of course he did. We're going to be doing a collab draft shortly, and that collab draft is going to be going live. And it's of a certain player, and we got a whole lot of these guys, and we're going to make some content out of it, and we're going to talk about getting packs. So please join Infield Hits and I for that. It's going to happen when we get back. Ordog, you're now back. Infield Hits and I are going to got Ryan got a lot of a bunch of cards from a certain player. I'm not gonna ruin any of this. and him and I are gonna do a draft of the cards from that lot, and we're gonna put it online and do a whole thing. But so, Ordog, well, right before you got cut out, I was gonna show some of the cards that I got and the uniqueness of the things you can't really find unless you go out into these places. Because as good as eBay is, as good as some of the auction houses are, a lot of this stuff is just sold at your local card shop. And that's something that you don't really know unless you go traveling cross country the way that I have. So this is a pretty sick one. Is it numbered? It is numbered. I knew it was numbered. So 10 of 25 dual patch auto of Pete Alonso and Brendan Nimmo.
And
I got this in Kansas City and undervalued out the absolute batuckus, right? If this card was for sale in, oh, no wonder it's like sliding around like that. The guy didn't really protect it that well. Oh well, good thing this is a PC. Um, PC. Um, because of Pulver, I gotta set this aside to get refixed. But like undervalued out the Watukas, right? So Kansas City Royals wearing the Royals. This card in Cincinnati, Ohio, also insanely undervalued. Jack Cagliano's prospect auto. So just base of everything, but like with the absolute heat of Jack Cags, I thought it would have been double the price that I paid for. And there were cards that I looked at and I called because I had taken videos in Kansas City that I wasn't really looking for him because like I was looking for the winner hitter. Um, double the price and just crazy. And then as I do, um, just an absolute piss ton of Colorado Rockies. Just like so many Rockies cards, you know, and what I got was that I looked for and I was super happy about is I got a bunch of really rare or not rare, but I got a bunch of unique Charlie Condon cards that I hadn't pulled yet. And for the people who don't know, Charlie Condon was the Rockies' number 3 overall pick last year. So this year it's Ethan Holiday, who I'm stoked to get some Ethan Holiday cards. Uh, but I love these. These cards are sick. And if you didn't know, I love Charlie Condon. He met my dog. Not a big deal. Um, and I just you can't for the value that you want, it's hard to find a card better priced than at a card shop in which that card is not a local card. Like it is these cards in Colorado are granted the Colorado Rockies are not the greatest team in the world right now, but on a heater, um they're worth way less regardless at any of these shops. So I always go to my local card shop, my LCS in the spot that I'm at, and I try to look up David Ortiz. And I try to
one of one Ortiz bought in Charlotte at a great why there it is.
than he would have paid if it was in Boston. Half the price, which is crazy, 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 crazy. Um, let's fucking do that. Oh well, the other things I got that I do, I no, I thought of it myself. Not baseball related, but I love collecting. I love collecting cards. So I got Will Cooley Premier from the New York Rangers. Will Cooley, and the Manchester United fan in me is obsessed with this. Dimitar Berbatov, uh, Dimitar Berbatov,
Soccer player.
Dimitar Berbatov Manchester United, and it's his Manchester United card. Thank God it's not his like fucking Tottenham card. But I'm super stoked on it. So like and those are things again. I think one of the I've said this before. I don't know if I said this on the stream or I've said it to people before, but I think that card shops are one of the very few remaining brick and mortar uh, retail stores. I think that card shops are way more beneficial as brick and mortar than they are online. And my reason being, it's very difficult to walk into a card shop and not buy something. It, whether that be a $2 card or a $200 pack, right? Like, if you go in there, you may have an idea of what you're looking for, but 9 times out of 10, you find something that you didn't know you wanted until it hit you in the face. And as long as it's in your budget and you can afford it, most responsible, most people buy that card. And so they lose the aspect of stumbling upon something when it's online. Because if you go online, you're looking for something very specific with the intent of finding it. And if you don't find it, you're not going to do anything about it. Right?
Like kind of everything. It's like, yeah, I get it.
Nothing. I think I'm just being stupid. No, I thought the Inception auto was normally in its thing, but maybe I'm wrong and it's in this pack. We're about to find out. Or we got a super dope card in here. There's only one way to find out. I think Travis is being stupid, if I'm being honest. But this also doesn't feel I try not to look super thick for supposed to be 7 cards. Like, it doesn't feel that thick for it. I may be wrong. Mm, Evan Carter, rookie card. This is kinda dope. AJ Smith Schuster or Miss Shaver, rookie card. Oh my god, I thought that was gonna be the auto and I was gonna cream. Um, Mike Trout, Mike Trout, little green insert right there. Salvador Perez, little green insert. I think we just hit the auto right there, and you guys can see it. We can't. Oh, Grayson Rodriguez, 63 of 125. Not the hottest in the world, but not gonna hate. Not gonna hate. Lamonte Wade Jr. Inception. And then our last one is Juan Rojas rookie card. Juan Rojas rookie card. And that looks like it's the little green insert guy. So there were the cards. Nothing, unfortunately, nothing crazy. We didn't pull anything super crazy, but don't worry. When we're in Cooperstown, we're we may forgo any of these and just buy Travis, Spring Sports may buy like 4 or 5 just insane things and just go hard in the just super hard in the paint. I may tonight be going on to David Adams and just go and see what they got. Uh,
I know you mentioned like the card draft. Maybe we could figure out our own little like game out of what to rip. You know, I'll try to think of something. We'll talk about it. We got time. We got time.
a podcast or a little stream out of his drive up. But you know, War Dog's gonna be here. We're gonna have a great time. Ordy, do you play golf? You play disc golf? Yeah. So there's a disc golf course at Omegang. So bring your discs. Um, so bring your discs. And we'll I don't have discs. Um, I don't have discs. But we're gonna film some content. We're gonna have 2 days of fun. You guys are gonna love every second of it. Linker, you just said something. What do you say? No, you got a kid. And I met them both. They're the sweetest, most lovely human beings on the planet. Your kid's adorable. But but maybe you should come join us. And then maybe you should come join us for like 2 days. Take a couple days off work. Come join us. We could do some stream. We could have some swaggy jerseys on. I could show you around the Hall of Fame. And if you need a letter or something, I can provide, your whatever you need. So, just putting it out there. Just putting it out. So what's up? Hold on. I think we've touched on everything here. We've absolutely crushed it. As always, final thoughts for the people.
Of your loved ones, and the All Star break is over. So that's it. And how about Paul Skeens just pitching insane? I mean, just it's what he does.
Some run support, 6-0 in the All Star game. Guess what? Still couldn't get a win. Still couldn't get a win. He's got a crazy stat line. Everybody loves Paul Skeens. I love Paul Skeens. You love Paul Skeens. Everybody loves Paul. I don't know if you've ever heard, but he's the greatest. He's the greatest that there's ever been. He's the greatest. Uh, we'll see what happens. So, peeps, as Dordog said, lots of love out there. And we will, next week may be delayed, FYI. We could double dip. Who knows? But next Sunday, maybe next Tuesday, if you heard us here the first time. So next Sunday, maybe next Tuesday. And you know what? I haven't even mentioned it. Shout out to Spokane Indians. Dope. Shout out to the Spokane Indians. Dope hat. Been wearing it as a little color match. But love the trout. I'm super stoked on it. And
I love it.
Mike Trout.
I thought Trout for Mike Trout. So I thought.
Um, all right, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining us this Sunday night. And we will see you next week. Love you too, Hordog. Peace.